growing up black teaches you a lot, like how to read a room, how to keep a straight face, and how to laugh at stuff that probably shouldn't be laughed at. So if you're sensitive, this might not be your episode. But if you grew up like me, you already know.
Yeah. You're now tuned in to the podcast. Talking nothing with Red. Yeah. Yeah, they be talking a lot, but I ain't heard nothing they said. We on that podcast. We talking nothing with Red. Yeah, they be talking a lot, but I ain't heard nothing they said. We on that podcast. Yeah, we talking nothing with Red. Yeah, we talking sports, we talking music, we got a lot of it. Only speaking the truth, speaking in facts, when we talking politics. Yeah, they be talking a lot, but I ain't heard nothing they said. Yeah, they be talking a lot, but I ain't heard nothing they said. Yeah, we talking sports, we talking music, we got a lot of it. Only speaking the truth, speaking in facts, when we talking politics.
Look, if you checked out episode 1 and 2, I appreciate it. If you happen to see a reel or somebody shared it and you happen to stop in, thank you for being here. Look, this episode is going to be a little different. You want to know what's crazy is I went back and I looked at because I do all my editing and stuff myself, so, which is horrible, by the way, because I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, man, I had a damn suit jacket on. That's crazy. But, hey, we growing. But look, today's episode, man, we talking about, look, I know those first 2 episodes was probably like, man, he's sad, or nah, man, that's just me just a little bit, But I like to have fun too. Look, they say if you make them laugh, you can make them listen. And I know what it is about the struggle, especially with mental health, laughing, all that. So I just want to be real. But those 2 episodes was about. But this episode, man, look, we talking about growing up black and laughing through trauma. How many of us have laughed at something and we knew we shouldn't be laughing at? Like, damn, I am messed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, boy, listen, let me tell you, in the military, dark humor, if you don't have it, there's no way you can be in the military. But look, let me tell you, bro. I know everybody grew up different. Everybody got their own jokes, but look, black humor is different growing up, bro. I'm telling you, and I don't mean humor. I mean like it's not just jokes, man. Like, laughing is all about survival too, man. Listen, think about when you were sad and you laugh and it perks you back up. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about survival too. And growing up, man, you had to laugh at stuff, bro. You had to. Like, I was just at home and I was telling my sister how my cousin, growing up, she had a roach in her ear, bro. That's why I don't like roaches. Bro, you ever seen somebody try to get a roach out their ear? Bro, I mean, waking up screaming because you hear the roach crawling around in her ear. I'm talking about, man, listen. I ain't supposed to be laughing at that. You see, that's what I'm saying. I just laughed at that. That's crazy. But growing up black, man, you learn the rules that ain't written. Like, for example, right at home, back visiting, and kids gets to sit in the living room now. When you went to your grandparents' house, you could not sit in no living room, especially with the couch with the plastic on it. Ain't no way your grandma was letting you come in there. And let me tell you something. If you walk in the room while adults are talking, man, listen, any one of them in the room can smack you right upside your head until you get the out. And if I'm lying, let me know. If you black, you know. I'm telling you right now. Everybody that was in your house at that moment was allowed to put hands on you. I ain't talking about like physically beating, but like with that good pop up the back of your head when you run across that kitchen and that cake in the oven. Yeah, one of those. You know what I'm saying? And boy, listen, I don't even think kids know about going to get the switch. They don't know. They don't know. Listen, when one wasn't enough, they would tell you to grab three. And you probably like, why are you grabbing three switches? It's three kids? Hell no, it's called braided. They gonna braid them. They gonna braid the switches and they gonna light you up. And how dare you go to school and tell the teacher that you got whooped. Because guess what? You're gonna get another one when you come home. So you might as well just chill. But we also grew up bad too. You know what I'm saying? Like 7 o'clock in the morning, you go. 7 o'clock in the morning, you not coming back. If it's daylight 7 times, around 6, that's when it start getting dusk. But in the summer, about 8:39. Long as you make it back home on your street before the street lights come on, you was good. If your mama or your daddy or your grandma or anybody had to come looking for you, or they told such and such in the house to go find such and such, your ass was through. Ain't no way around it, bro. You was done, bro. I'm telling you. And man, listen, bro. I loved growing up black, bro. High and go, y'all call it high and go seek. I play high and go get. And if you don't know what that is, look it up on Urban Dictionary. And I mean, now looking back on it, it's funny, but there was some challenging times. But you had your people that you can laugh with, you know what I'm saying, and all that. So it was cool, man. Like stayed at like it was a park called 800 Green Street every Sunday, packed, none but hoopers, bruh. Hoopers, man. I'm telling you, hoopers, bruh. That's why I learned no blood, no foul. If you ain't bleeding and you call a foul, man, you weren't supposed to be there. You weren't supposed to be there. Playing tackle football in the street, two-hand touch. Man, what is two-hand touch? Two-hand touch is when you playing on the field and you got a sidewalk on one side and that person running, and that two-hand touch is when he push your ass on the sidewalk. That's two-hand touch where I grew up at. And like now riding the bus, I don't know how it is, but riding the bus, cool kids sat in the back, them okay kids sat in the middle, and sit in the front if you don't even talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Playing neck, it's cold, smacking you in the back of your neck. Man, listen, bruh. And that's just middle school. You don't even want to know what it was like growing up in high school, bruh. Man, listen. I wish a couple of my boys would come on here, man. I'm telling you, tell some stories. Let me just tell you one story. One story, this dude had me, man, I almost got a life sentence. Things would have went airy that day. And he know exactly who I'm talking about. But, man, I think growing up black, though, you laugh through a lot of your pain. Like, even now, and I joke about like, man, like, yeah, my dad didn't claim me and all that, which he didn't. I mean, to an extent. I do have a man that raised me, who I do call my father, but I did wish I had a dad growing up, or like the dad I am. You know what I'm saying? But you live and learn. You can't make mistakes because you got to think about it. Think about what you're going through right now. Did your parents have an outlet that you have? Could they go to somebody and say, oh no, I'm sad, or I need to go talk to somebody, or I need to do something, I need to do this? You know, Just like I hate people who bring up slavery. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can never compare myself to a slave. Not one day, 1 hour, one bad hour in my life cannot compare to one. No, I'm sorry. 100. You know what? My 37 years of life, of everything I done been through, cannot compare to 1 second of what a slave went through. Now I'm just speaking on African American culture. There's other people and other cultures who went through things too. I'm just speaking on African American culture right now. I can never compare myself to that. Can never. And I hate when people do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm forgetting about it. I'm saying I can never put myself in their shoes or understanding what they go or what they went through. Because no matter what, I always got it better. And I think maybe during that time, us African American coaches, we learned to laugh through the pain. You know what I'm saying? Because think about what we joke about, what we talk about as a culture. You know what I'm saying? Think about those times and what those people went through and what laughter made them go through something. Think about all the jokes you hear as in the African American culture. They normally true. And it's funny because it is true. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning now that's the man, we laugh through pain. And so I mean, I think we all go through something that builds us and we actually eventually, I don't know, man, it just hit me that, you know what I'm saying, that we laugh through everything that we going through. Man, shit, I owe that bill. F that. I ain't paying that, man. You know what I'm saying? They gonna have to come get this. Or, man, it's all right, bruh. We good. Everything. When is laughing enough? You know what I'm saying? When do you get tired of laughing? Do you ever get tired of laughing? I mean, I don't, but I'm talking on the sense of, you know, what you laughing for. Have you ever took care of your laugh? If that makes sense. Of dealing with this episode. And again, if you're not black or never been a part of the African American culture, I really hope that you understand this is none against any other cultures. This is just how I grew up, where I grew up around. And it's like I tell people all the time, I'm not racist, bruh. I am not racist, man. I grew up in a town where the Confederate flag is flying over a highway, bro. I'm talking about a big highway. I'm from like, bruh, the within 20 minutes of where my family still resides at is one of the triple, you know what I mean, one of their headquarters, bro. So I grew up around it. It was nothing to me. Like, I don't care if you're racist, man. I really don't. Like, what is that gonna do to me? That's what people gotta understand. Like, who cares? Is they stopping your job? I mean, granted, I mean, if somebody come up to me and it's like, "Hey, N word," okay, bro, I'm not gonna fight you, man. If that's what you think, that's what you think, man. Like, I can't get upset at like how you feel about me, man. I know how I feel, man. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not. But if that's the way that you was raised and that's the way, okay, maybe somebody that you're gonna go up to is gonna knock your block off one day. But it ain't gonna be me, man. I'm just gonna laugh at you. But you wanna know what? I respect the openly racist rather than a closet one. If you tell me you racist and you wanna know what I'm gonna ask you, why? You can say I'm racist, but you can't, because I grew up with a white dog. And he looked just like Wishbone. His name was Spot. And I'm telling the truth. But he died of worms because we couldn't take care of him. Never forget. I was at least 9 years old, bro. I love that little white dog. Looked just like little Wishbone. His name was Spot. And he died of worms. Never forget. And you want to make it so bad? And this, I'm sorry, Peter or Petta, we had to go put him in the dumpster because we lived in the projects. Put him in the dumpster right across the street from us. And you want to know what happened? I'm telling you, man. For some reason, the damn dumpster caught on fire that day. And then I'm thinking about, look, bro, I can see the dumpster fire in my head. I'm glad he was gone, though. But yeah, I took care of a white dog growing up. Like, really took care of that dog in the projects with a dog that looked like Wishbone, and everybody else had pit bulls. So again, I'm sorry, I didn't got off our subject again. This is why this is called Talk Nothing, man. We gonna talk nothing all the time. And I know people are like, what the hell he talking about? But check this out. I really appreciate y'all if you came back or if you're new here. This is just something that was on my mind today when I was at work. I went home recently. Man, I'm gonna drop some pictures and the comments. I took pictures back at home, man. Like you know what? I didn't get Bojangles. I didn't get Bojangles. But yeah, if you want to come on the show and we want to continue this episode of growing up black, or you want to let me know how you grew up white or whatever, how you grew up, man, come on. I promise this is an open space, no filter, no judgment, no anything. I promise you. Look, I had a cousin with 6 toes. You don't even see those people no more. Man, listen, I want somebody to come in here so we can talk. Talk nothing. But look, at the end of the day, growing up black teaches you a lot of lessons. Shut up, sit down, and be quiet. They would tell you to shut up, sit down, and be quiet all in the same sentence. Man, listen, let me give my cousin told one of my little cousin, I never forget, man. Listen, he was doing something. And you know when Nelly them came out, they had them 2 slashes in their eyebrows. He had those, you know, them light-skinned people. But anyway, she told him she was going to slap him so hard, she was going to knock those arches into a slanted X. Bro, listen, growing up black, if you ain't get hit with a shoe, a drop cord, a broom, if you ain't get put out at least 10 times, if you ain't steal your mama car or your daddy car or your grandma car, if you ain't never crunched up oodles and noodles raw and put the sauce in and walk around the hood with them, if you ain't never have the flight jackets on, stole the chicken sandwiches in school, if you ain't never took all ride the bus you weren't supposed to ride the bus, that you got on the bus you weren't supposed to. It took you to the hood, that, you know what I'm saying. Growing up black, man, I love it. And if you want to get on here and talk, man, let's go. And if you had a laugh during this episode, or you reminisce during this episode, man, hit that like button, hit that follow button, hit that share button. Man, comment if you want to join. trying to take this serious. We all got choices, and hey, why not, right? You gotta try. So again, thank you to the past followers, hopefully new
to the
followers,
podcast.
future followers.
Talking nothing with Red. Yeah, they be talking a lot, but ain't heard nothing they said. We on that podcast.
Yeah,
We talking nothing with Red.
ain't
They
shit
be
I can
talking
do
a
about
lot,
it.
but ain't heard nothing they said. We on that podcast. Yeah, we talking nothing with Red. Yeah, we talking sports, we talking music, we got a lot of it. Only speaking the truth, speaking in facts, when we talking politics. Yeah, they be talking a lot, but ain't heard nothing they said. Yeah, they be talking a lot, but ain't heard nothing they said. Yeah, we talking sports, we talking music, we got a lot of it. Only speaking the truth, speaking in facts, when we talking politics. Yeah, they be talking a lot, but ain't heard nothing they said. We on that podcast. We talking now with Red. We talking sports, we talking music, we got a lot of it. Only speaking the truth, speaking in facts, and we talking politics. Yeah, they be talking a lot, but I ain't heard nothing they said. Join this podcast. We talking now with Red. Yeah, they be talking a lot, but I ain't heard nothing they said. We on that podcast. We talking now with Red. Yeah, they be talking a lot, but I ain't heard nothing they said. We on that podcast. Yeah, we talking now with Red. Yeah, we talking sports, we talking music, we got a lot of it. Only speaking the truth, speaking in facts, when we talking politics. Yeah, they be talking a lot, but I ain't heard nothing they said. Yeah, they be talking a lot.